Good morning, KW Milwaukee on December 21st. I hope everybody's having a great start to their Christmas morning. I am thankful for everybody for joining the call this morning. I originally was not intending to have a team meeting call this week. However, we have an exciting announcement for you guys to be able to take advantage of. And we have the Keller's offers teams that'll be joining us this morning to help us understand the rollout of a program that will help you not only win listings, but help your sellers maximize the return on their investment by offering a 0% loan. So that team will be joining us, is actually on the call now. But real quick, I would be remiss because last week we made a mistake. And while we try to be as catch everything, we're also human in that we recognize that we missed two people that capped in the month of November. And so we want to take a moment to celebrate those two people that should have been recognized last week and is 100% on us for missing that. First up, Annie J, congrats on capping in the month of November. I love seeing your face on the screen. I know it was a huge accomplishment for you and something that you've been working towards in the last 2 years and working with the accountability group and everything you do to serve such a wide and diverse population in which your client base comes from. I know I'm super proud of you and everything that you've accomplished in the last 18 to 24 months. So congratulations on capping in the month of November. The next one is capping is a standard and it's the expectation, and that's all that needs to be said when you're my brother. So Willie Stale, congrats on capping in the month of November. So with that, I'm actually going to flip over the presentation to the Keller's offers team, who's going to go in detail to help us understand the program that is just now rolling out into the state of Wisconsin. So I believe it's Karen?
Jennifer, I'm right here.
Jennifer, it's all you.
Awesome. So let me go ahead and share my screen just so we can all look at the same visuals today. Thanks so much for having me on for a few minutes to talk to you about the Concierge program that is now live in Milwaukee. So my name is Jennifer. I'm over marketing and communications here at Keller Offers. So please let me know if I can ever help you with anything or if you have any program feedback to share. Before we get too far today, we did just want to clarify for everyone on today's call that Keller Offers as a company, we do consist of multiple programs. So we did originally start out about 2.5 years ago with our cash offer iBuyer program. And to be clear, we are not talking about that program today. That cash offer program is not yet available, but we will absolutely keep you updated on that projected launch plan. But today's presentation, we are focusing on the concierge programs that are available now. So this consists of a ready to sell side for any sellers that need to prepare their homes for the market, and a ready to stay side for any general homeowner that wants to do that renovation with the intention to stay rather than sell. The first step for you to get started as a Keller Williams agent will be taking our free required training. So we'll talk about how you can take that training on demand over this holiday season at the end of this short presentation. So let's dig into what Ready to Sell is first. Ready to Sell gives certified KW agents the ability to help their sellers prepare their homes for the market while avoiding any upfront cost or hassle. So this program is all about optimizing the home's value before putting it on the market. The goal is to improve the home's marketability, selling faster on the market, or selling for more money. Our concierge service is referred to as Ready to Sell because we allow sellers to use it for home inspection items to get the home sold, as well as much needed cosmetic updates and cosmetic upgrades. As we all know, homes are rarely ready to put on the market as is, so sometimes it's just a little bit of extra TLC to help the buyers visualize themselves in this space. So this slide here is just showing you a few potential work requests. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So this is just the start of what can be accomplished in the program. So this means through Ready to Sell, we can stage your next property prior to putting it on the market. We can do items like flooring replacement and repair, carpet cleaning and replacement. Deep cleaning is always a big one. Think about that home that could have used a power wash on the driveway. We can also do cosmetic renovations, such as updating colors, finishes, and features of that home. Landscaping is always big for the first impression of the home. Interior and exterior paint is big. And I'll pause here and say that Keller Offers actually ran the Concierge Lab all of the year 2020. And paint was the #1 item as recommended by those agents that makes the biggest difference in these homes. A fresh coat, interior and exterior where needed. We can also do items like roofing repair and replacement, kitchen improvement, bathroom improvement, and more. If you're thinking of an item that you're not seeing on the list, likely it can still be accommodated in the program. If you ever do feel it's more of a one-off and you want to verify with our team, please just send us a quick email anytime and we'd be happy to confirm current vendor coverage for that specific item. So as I mentioned before, we are able to do these renovation items for your clients without them being out of pocket any upfront costs. So how is that possible? Right now, today in Milwaukee, we do have a creditworthiness option available for any of your clients. We will keep you updated as we have a secondary equity-based option available, likely next year in 2022. But today, let's focus on that creditworthiness option that's available today. This is based off of the client's creditworthiness. This is your seller taking out a personal loan, so it is not attached to the home in any way. So there are no liens associated with the creditworthiness option. That loan is also 0% interest for 12 months. So that's huge for your marketing, for your listing presentations. It really means no payments, no interest due in that 12-month period. Don't worry if you don't have a chance to write down all of these details today. You will learn this information plus more during your required agent training. And we are also providing you with detailed collateral that you can present to your client that talks about process, these options, and program vendors, which is what we are digging into next. So another reason why you and your clients want to utilize this program is our network of already vetted and approved vendors. All of our projects function through this network of approved vendors, and all of them have gone through an arduous vetting process with our team. That takes vetting off of your brokerage's plate, off of your plate as the agent, and off of your client's plates. These are licensed vendors, bonded and insured, and we have reviewed previous jobs to ensure that high level of quality for you and your clients. We do have a GC or general contractor on every single project, not only to manage any subcontractors, but also added protection for the real estate agent. We do know in certain areas like California, it can become problematic if the agent is ever deemed as acting as a GC on a project. So once again, this is just an extra layer of protection. Keep in mind, our vendors also do pull required permits for their jobs, and they also offer a 1-year warranty on their workmanship. I'm very excited to announce that we are also allowing KW agents to introduce your vendors for consideration. We know a lot of you may have great vendor relationships that you've been fostering for years. So this would be your way of introducing that vendor to the program, so you can utilize that trusted vendor alongside the other benefits of the program, such as that 0% interest for 12 months loan. Here specifically, as far as vendors, we are only looking for licensed general contractors, stagers, and landscapers at this time. And you can submit these recommendations through your Market Center leadership, and I'll resend that form after today's call. Or you can always wait until you take the required training and you will be able to submit those directly to our team. Next, in today's presentation, we just wanted to show you an example of agent success story. So a project that was finished up earlier this year. This is with agent Deborah Blue. And Deborah, this is an older client of hers. She helped this client purchase this home over 15 years ago. As soon as Deborah took our training and she was certified, she let her database and SOI know in a magazine spread in the monthly magazine that she sends out. That's how her and the client got back into contact. Once Deborah got into the home, she realized it had not been updated in the full 15 years. And also there were some repair items that needed to be addressed. So looking at her numbers, the as-is value pre-renovation was about $415,000. Her project cost was about $49,000. Keep in mind, this is just because it was multiple areas of the home, both interior and exterior. Project limits within the Ready to Sell program can be anywhere from $1,000 up to $75,000. So that does provide a pretty wide range as far as scope of work that can be accomplished. After renovation was complete, she had over 30 showings that first weekend. The home was under contract in just 2 days, $26,000 over asking price. So that actual return on investment, meaning the profit into the seller's pocket thanks to the program, was an additional $61,000. Taking you through a couple areas of renovation, this is the kitchen transformation. So here you are seeing the actually approved vetted vendor work that's been happening in the program. Here in the kitchen, we color matched appliances, we replace backsplash and countertops, and we save the client some money by painting over cabinets rather than trying to do a full removal and replacement. Through the back door and window, you can see a little bit of a back deck situation. And prior to teardown, the old deck had a big hole right outside of the back door. So it was dangerous and unusable. We tore down the rotted deck and rebuilt the new one, which is what you're seeing here. Before we change gears and talk about how you can get started and certified, we also wanted to give you a sneak peek of the stay side of the program. So once again, Ready to Sell was all about sellers that need to prepare their homes for the market, whereas Ready to Stay is for any general homeowner that wants the opportunity to make improvements to their home with the flexibility of multiple financing options. So Ready to Stay could be a powerful touch point that you do with homeowners in your database. No doubt you definitely have homeowners in that database that may not sell for years, but they could still be sitting on that wish list of renovation items that they want to get done, since all of us are spending more and more time in our homes due to the pandemic. Also, this could be utilized with buyer clients that may be spending every last penny they have to get in the door on that purchase. They could also have that renovation wish list that they want to get done before they feel settled and ready to stay. So the Ready to Stay projects still function through that same network of approved, vetted vendors. And all of these financing options are still with our same banking partner, Interbank. You will see that we have a 0% interest for 12 months option if that fits the client's needs. But we also have additional loans available with terms and loans ranging from 5 years to 12 years. Once you take that required training, we are also arming you with marketing materials. We want to help you get the word out to your database about this new unique selling option. And this is a great campaign to start out the new year. So we're providing you with social media graphics, mailer postcards, flyers, and more. So let's talk about how you can get started. We do need you to take our required training first before you start marketing and talking about this program with your clients. The training takes about 2 hours total. And in that training, we talk a little bit more about eligible properties and projects. We talk more process, required documentation, how to find resources, how to market, and more. You get to take this training in segments on demand, which means you can do 10 minutes today, 20 minutes tomorrow, or all in one sitting on an evening or weekend. This could be a great holiday challenge that you set forth for yourself to knock out these trainings so you can start the new year with this new program. So to knock out on-demand training, you'll go to app.kelleroffers.com. Once you go to that website and you create your account with us, you will just select Ready to Sell from the on-demand training dropdown. I did also want to add in the detail that the main part of your screen will advertise some live classes. Please disregard this because we have had our last class of December already. So you will specifically look for the on-demand training version, same exact content. The first time that you ever create your account with us, I just wanted to set expectations for a couple items we will need from you. The first is your KW email. So this is just because we are here exclusively for KW agents. So this is just used as a measure of authentication. Second one I wanted to mention is your Market Center ID. That is simply looking for your Market Center number, which is 972. Here's that link one last time to get started. It is app.kelleroffers.com. There is no class fee. This is a free program exclusively for you as a Keller Williams agent. And this just launched in Milwaukee on Monday. So take the training, knock it out, and be one of the first agents in your area offering this new option. If you have any questions whatsoever as you're getting started, please do email us anytime by emailing questions@kelleroffers.com. I did want to go ahead and open it up to any initial questions that we have on today's call. And I did just see that in the chat that there's another market center, I'm sorry, that's included on today's call. So for Lake Country agents, that market center number is 1126. Thank you so much.
Jennifer, thanks for jumping on.
Of course.
We appreciate your time and helping us very clearly understand the program at a high level. And I'm going to open it up to the team, either in person or virtually. Are there any questions of Jennifer while we have her here live in person?
Let's see. I see a couple in the chat. So how does the loan affect their qualifying for home loan? That's a great question. And that's something that we do talk about during your required training. So essentially, if your client is purchasing their next home, we do recommend that they get pre-approved for that purchase in advance before taking them through the ready to sell process. Of course, remain in communication with the mortgage lender so they understand what the loan is on the books. But because this loan is repaid right after closing by your client, we have not seen it affect that next purchase. That's a great question though, and you will have a PDF document after you take the training and resources that kind of walks you through the things to keep in mind if your client is purchasing that next home. Great question. Alex is asking, what are the fees? So this is also something that we are covered in detail during that required training, but you will learn about a 10% project facilitation fee that is transparent and outlined on a vendor's bid that your client gets to agree to before work starts. So this is all about setting expectations during the listing appointment itself so they understand the benefits and value adds that 10% is going towards, such as the network of vetted vendors, the financing opportunities, etc. So you'll learn more about that information during your required training. We'll arm you with those talking points. But in general, we haven't gotten a lot of client pushback on the 10%. It's all about the key here is really setting expectations so it doesn't catch them off guard. Great question. Let's see, how many GCs are already vetted in the Milwaukee area? I know we have about 2 or 3 before we launch any market. So we have GCs that are ready for projects as soon as today. That being said, we are looking to expand that vendor network. So please do, I'll send out this form. I actually have it live now. If you do have any general contractor recommendations, that's a great way to introduce your trusted vendor into the program. So I am adding this into the chat, GC recommendations for Concierge. If you have any, you can submit them through that form and that will get that vetting process started. Great question. Jennifer, and David, oh, yes.
Jennifer, within the link that you just shared, is that also the same link that agents would recommend landscapers as well for the program?
Yes, absolutely. So you can pick the vendor type, whether that's GC, stager, or landscaper.
Perfect. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
guys,
and David just asked as well.
Yeah, one of the things I want to really make sure that we that I stress to this group is it's a great program, and it has incredible leverage for you to help your sellers maximize the return on their investment. And we also need your help. We roll this out with 2 to 3 already vetted vendors. We need to maximize the scope of our vendor portfolio within this program in order to maximize the ability to get as many project requests done as possible that comes through. So if you could help us between now and the first of the year while you're sitting at home or going to holiday parties or whatever, and you run into your landscaper or you run into your GC, that if you help us submit these requests so that they can get approved and that they're vetted in time so that we can leverage this program to maximize its potential in 2022.
Absolutely. Great call out. And I do see a comment or a question from Mary Beth asking if there's a way to preview the current GC's work. I don't have that offhand now, but I will request that with my vendor team and see if they have any before and after projects examples from the current vendors. Any other questions for now? And I am adding the link to get started and that email for questions into the chat. Please let us know how we can help you. And I'll also say, I wouldn't wait until you have that client in mind or that project in mind to knock out the training. I would say go ahead and knock it out over the holidays so you do have that tool in your tool belt. You have that differentiator during your next listing appointment when you're competing against the other agents down the street. So don't wait until you need the program. Go ahead and put it in your tool belt as that option, because you presenting multiple options during that listing appointment just highlights you as the real estate expert in the space.
Yeah, Jennifer, thank you. One of the other things too, Jennifer, if you can just help clarify so these guys can set up a time expectation. What does it typically take an agent to go through the process to get approved or
Yeah,
trained?
so as far as the training, it takes about 2 hours total. So there's about 9 video modules that make up that 2 hours. And you can do each module on a different day if you'd like to, or you can knock it out all in one sitting. But that's really the only required aspect before you can start marketing and utilizing the program, just that 2 hour investment. And you're learning a lot of the details that you need anyway before you present this product.
Perfect. And I think one of the other things too that I want to reiterate for our group is the vetted vendors within this program are all bonded, insured, and licensed in the state of Wisconsin, and they pull permits for all their work. So you should not have any concerns as it relates to the quality of either A, craftsmanship, or B, in terms of liability for either you or your clients within this process.
Absolutely.
Cool. Any other questions for Jennifer before she takes off? No? Sweet. We will make sure that we recap a lot of these. Jennifer has sent me some information in advance, so we will get this out to this group in the Insights and Resources email that will go out today, a special edition for this. We'll also have the vetted vendors recommendation. So if you guys could submit general contractors, landscapers, stagers through that program, and then we'll also get you the link as to where to go and how to access the training.
Charlotte?
Yeah.
Perfect.
How soon after closing would a buyer
Jennifer, one sec.
qualify for the stay program? So a buyer could make improvements after closing.
Jennifer, the question was, how soon after a closing would a buyer be eligible for the stay program in terms of the financing that was offered for Ready to Stay?
Yeah, great question. So they can qualify as soon as they have ownership. So as long as they are on title, they can go ahead and start that process.
Perfect. Awesome. Jennifer, thanks for jumping on. We sincerely appreciate it and hope you and your family have an incredible holidays.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for having me, and happy holidays, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. All right, guys. Now I have a few other things and we will wrap it up for 2021. Let me get back into this. Perfect. So a few other announcements for you as we wrap up 2021 is we have a few KW Milwaukee people updates, and I'm excited to announce too, after a long process and a long time of connecting with many people across the Milwaukee area, we're super excited to announce to the group that we've hired a team leader to serve in the capacity for the innovation office to service the Tosa, Elm Grove, and Brookfield locations. This is an individual that had come across Maureen and on several occasions, both in philanthropic efforts to coworkers that he used to work with, who I texted one of them during the interview process, and I said, "Hey, what do you think of this individual? It's a mutual friend of ours." And they said, "You'd be an idiot not to hire them. You should go hire them." But I'm super excited to introduce you to you guys, Josh Shadler. Josh, I'm going to welcome you to the call for you to just give us a quick intro to who you are and what you're excited about to join the KW family.
Thanks so much, Charlie. Good morning, KW fam. Beyond excited to officially get to see some of your faces, and we'll be even more excited when I hit the ground running in the new year here. But as Charlie mentioned, my background, a little roundabout way to get to where I am with the KW fam today, but have been blessed to be a part of the Milwaukee Bucks family for the past 18 years. Began in game operations, running around the court with Tim Reardon, some of you might know, and serving as mascot assistant, and helped start our Rimrockers dunk team, and fell in love with sports entertainment, having the opportunity to travel the world and really see people, see fans, see the connection in what sports entertainment can do, whether it was B2C or B2B. But when I came back, graduated college, and our VP of Ops at the time, John Steinmiller, said, "Unfortunately, I don't have a salary for you to jump off of trampolines, but I think you should explore our sales program." So for the past 14 years, I tell people I've had a unique real estate background in that I've been blessed with the opportunity to sell some of the most expensive real estate in Milwaukee, where my focus as premium sales manager was on the suites and lofts and the first 12 rows around the court, selling the courtside seats. Through the whole process, what I realized is that I love working with people, and that's what I knew. So many parallels as Charlie mentions. I would have been dumb not to realize all the signs that I had, this Stale family that kept popping up, the KW name that kept growing, and some very, very eerily similar parallels. If you look back about 6 or 7 years when Senator Cole sold the team to new ownership, and we went from the unknown, the laughable, the team that everyone made fun of in the NBA, being about bottom 2 in every metric, business ops, basketball ops. And at the same time, here comes the KW fam into southeastern Wisconsin as well. And just looking back on it now, seeing the parallels of the growth and the success that I was humbled to be a part of a team that helped grow, from the point that you could pick any seat in the building that you wanted to sit in. And at a time, I literally could not give away free tickets. And now to see that growth over the past 7 years, where we had waiting lists, complete sell-throughs, and everything from a premium perspective sold out on a multi-year commitment. So I was blessed to meet Maureen and Rick and Charlie and Will probably about 4 years ago. And from the first time I crossed paths, just seeing smiles on their face, I just said, man, these are people I want to run into on game night, want to grab a beer with. Never had intent to depart the Bucks at the time, and seeing the roller coaster ride that we had through the Bucks world over the past 18 years of my career, but more so the past 6 years, and what we did to build a successful culture and really build it from the ground up to the point that, culminating in an NBA championship. That was kind of the surreal pinch me moment this summer that I realized I have officially seen it all. So in my exploration of looking at new opportunities where I could push myself a little bit more, spread the wings, and try something new, humbled by a lot of different opportunities. But what kept coming to the surface was the servant leadership mentality, the culture, any contact that I had, whether it was Charlie or Maureen or Mandy or Deej or Paul, my realtor, Nick Fetting, who I worked with for the past several years, and then Tim and Sarah Reardon. I've just been humbled and blown away at what I've seen, and just really, really excited to be a part of it. Excited to serve you all in any capacity that I can, and helping you all become more effective and successful in what you're looking to accomplish day to day. But looking forward to meeting you all in person and getting to know you more soon.
Awesome, Josh. Thank you. We're super stoked to have you on board. And I think the coolest thing about Josh's entry into our world is, I look back at doing this now for 5 years, is we have very similar parallels, right? I came from outside the real estate world, but I had a very deep knowledge base and business acumen. And as we went through the process and looked at many, many people for this opportunity that we had open for a long time, we looked at Josh's business acumen and his ability to pour into people and serve others to help you guys grow and help us continue to grow across the Tosa, Elm Grove, Brookfield communities. So be on the lookout. Josh officially starts with us on January 10th, but we wanted to formally make the announcement today to get it in front of you guys. And we'll make sure that we get you his contact information as well. And he looks forward to connecting with many of you across all of our locations here in southeastern Wisconsin. Cool. Thanks, Josh. Welcome. Awesome, guys. With that, too, I also want to make one other announcement. We're currently hiring in the North Shore office. So if you know of anybody that would be interested in joining our team, we're looking for an incredibly organized and radiantly positive person to join our team up front and help us kind of manage and contain the chaos that is the North Shore office. One of the things that we've recognized in the past year, when you have 35% year-over-year growth rate, and you're going to close around 3,000 units that at the tune of paying out about $30 million in commissions, there is a lot to manage. And we realized that we had essentially reached capacity on what we were capable of doing. So we were looking to add headcount in order to serve you guys at a high and serve your clients at the highest level. So if you know of anybody, we'll make sure to send this out as well. Please let us know. We would love to have recommendations and people you know that would love to join our world. So be on the lookout. We are seeking talent to join our world. Cool.
Is this a full-time job?
It is a full-time job in the office, Monday through Friday.
Is there any possibility for, I was just thinking of like, stay-at-home moms who are ready to go back to work. Is there any possibility for like a job share? Or you split it with two people and
Potentially. Whitney asked the question, is it potentially open for job share or remote work? The hard
not
part,
remote, like
yeah.
just job share is in like, okay, this mom works full-time 3 days and then they flip-flop every other Friday or something.
Potentially. The hard part is too, and this is just to be very clear, this is not a remote position or a position that would offer remote work, because here's what we know: all closings still happen in person and all documents have to be wet signed because of the banks and everything else. So because of the industry, it is a full-time position in person. We would be open to a job share if we found the right two candidates that we're looking at. So be on the lookout for people. We are looking for incredible talent to join our world. Awesome. All right. Now, I want to leave you with this. I want to plant a big seed in your brain. Consider this. Let me ask you this. What day is it today?
Shortest day of the year.
It's the 21st. Okay, which means on the 21st, what happens, Ross Treffer?
It's the shortest day of the year, winter solstice.
Yes. And if you looked at your bank account this morning, what else happened?
Profit share.
Profit share, baby. So let me ask this group a question. This is a little bit of trivia. As of today, does anybody know the 1-year annual rate of return on the S&P 500 stock index? On average for the last 12 months, as of today. I just looked it up.
8.5.
Kristen Schlingman said 8.5, and that is significantly low.
19.
Keep going.
20.
Keep going. It's higher than 20. 26%. If you had your money in S&P 500 index, the annual rate of return over the last 12 months has been 26%. Now, I want you to take that information and correlate it to profit share. Think about this. In the month of November, today, on December 21st, we will pay out the KW Associates $102,946 in the form of profit share. Now, if you received a return of $102,946, if that money was invested in the marketplace to see those kinds of returns based on the annual rate of return in the last 12 months, to see a 26% return, you would have needed to invested almost $400K to receive $102K. However, Ross Treffer, how much money did you invest in the last 12 months in profit share?
0.
0. Perfect. Right answer. Now, next question. Year to date, we will pay out KW Associates through the month of November $892,000 in profit share across southeastern Wisconsin. Now, if you wanted to see a 26% annual return, which is what we've seen so far in the last 12 months in the stock market, you would have need to have invested $3.4 million in the last 12 months to see a 26% return to see $892,000. Ross Treffer, how much money was invested in profit share in the last 12 months?
$0, Bob?
$0. Ross Treffer, you get to play the game. Now, next, KW Milwaukee profit share all time has paid out $3.2 million. Okay. Now, If you were to have invested those dollars to get a 26% return to pay out 3.2 million, you would have need to have invested $12.5 million in order to see those returns at a 26% annual return. Now, Ross Treffer, how much money was invested in creating profit share in KW Milwaukee?
I'm gonna go with my gut and say $0.
Ross Treffer, ding, 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 ding. You are a winner, Ross. Ross, thanks for playing with me. I appreciate it. Here's my point. Here's my point. It costs you nothing to see the rate of return in profit share to participate, other than your time and your relationships and reputation within the marketplace. And so the reason why I did this activity this morning was when I said, man, I was reading the Wall Street Journal and I said, man, the 26% return in the market, if I wanted to make $100,000 this year passively, how much money would I need to put into the marketplace? $400,000. Now, if I wanted to look at how much money I would have needed to make in terms of what was paid out in profit share on an annual basis so far in 2021, I would have had to have had 3.4 million in the market. And I will tell you this, I've done well in my life and I've made some very smart financial decisions, and I have nowhere near $3.4 million in the marketplace, not even close. And all I've done is just invest my time, energy, and resources in helping grow the profit share pool that costs me nothing to help you guys see the rates of returns in order to do this. And every single one of you has the accessibility to do this in 2022. Here's the other really, really interesting thing. Last week, I went and looked at all of our top profit share earners, including the total profit share pool that has been paid out. And if you look at all of our top people, as well as all of the profit share money that was paid out in the last 2 years, and then you compare it to the all-time of what they've learned over their life with KW, or what has been paid out all time, over 50% of the dollars that have been paid out, mind you, we've been around for 7 years, over 50% of the dollars that have been paid out in the last 2 years, right? So my point is you're never too late at the opportunity to earn profit share, and the pool continues to grow year over year, and the pool continues to get bigger. My point is we're going to be pay out close to $1 million in profit share to agents that is going directly to KW Associates. You either choose to participate or you choose not to, and that is totally your choice. However, someone is getting a piece of that pie. And so I would look at it and say, how am I going to get that piece of my pie that requires me nothing to put anything in other than my time, energy, and reputation to see unbelievable returns? So that's the seed I want to plant for you in 2022 as we sit here on Profit Share Day on the 21st of December. Sound good? Awesome. Ross, thanks again for playing along. I sincerely appreciate it. All right, last up, guys, upcoming training and events. We will make sure we get this out to you guys, but in the month of January, we have some awesome upcomings and events. We have a sold out Ignite in the month of January. So for those of you who are taking Ignite, it is sold out. We have an awesome program lined up with some incredible teachers. A few other things. On January 12th, Todd Butzer is coming back to teach agent financials via Zoom at 1 p.m. How to look at and manage your money in this real estate business. Maureen and friends will be back on January 14th. Our offices will be closed on Monday, January 17th for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So please be advised, January 17th for MLK Day, our offices will be closed. And then we have the admin mastermind coming back on January 21st. So be on the lookout for a handful of events coming up in the month of January that we will send out to the group. Lastly, one other thing that you guys can help us with, and we experience this every time or every year, as many people move throughout the year. Of course, everybody's in real estate. You're looking at different things and you make choices, and that's phenomenal. And we also start preparing your tax documents in January of 2022. And if we don't have your current home address, it is really difficult for us to get you your 1099 in an effective and efficient manner. So if you've moved or you have a new address, if you can just please reach out to either KLRW972@kw.com or in Lake Country, KLRW1126@kw.com. Or if it's easier, feel free to call the office and provide us your latest address so that we can make sure we get you all the documentation you need to prepare for your 2021 tax season. Sound good? Lastly, I want to remind you as we head into the holiday season, and as a follow-up to the conversation that we had with Carrie Oberbrunner, is I want to sear this into your brain and remind you as you head into the holiday season with your family, life is a game in which you are juggling 5 balls. The balls are called work, family, health, friends, and integrity, and you're keeping all of them in the air. But one day you finally come to understand that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. The other 4 balls, family, health, friends, integrity, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, it will be irrevocably scuffed, nicked, perhaps even shattered. So as you head into the holiday season, I urge you to focus on your 4 balls of family, health, friends, and integrity to recharge your batteries, because here's what I know. January 2022 is coming fast and the market isn't slowing down. So take the time to focus on the 4 pillars in which you cannot afford to allow it to break. And guys, thank you for being in business with us and your partnership. We sincerely appreciate it. Have a phenomenal holiday season. And if there's anything you need, please let us know. Guys, have a great holidays. We will see you on the other side of 2021, beginning in January of 2022. See you guys. Have a great week.